I guess no one has any anything to share. I'll share the questions that I received, and then that would probably be the better option. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so the Dropbox rules were changed on 10th of February abruptly, and there was no information given. And suddenly on Feb 11, when people started showing up on the VFS office, they were asked to just recheck their eligibility and then come back again. That was the strange thing that they did. I don't know why, and why this decision was abruptly taken, and why they did not even announce anything. That was a bit surprising, but that's the current situation. Nobody's able to use their Dropbox appointment if they are not eligible for Dropbox as of the date of their appointment. So it's like the government is not honoring their own rules now. In fact, to be frank, the rule was always like if you are eligible for Dropbox on the day of uh, the Dropbox appointment, then only you will be able to give your documents. But if there was no information given about if the rules change on the way, then uh, can the new rules apply immediately or not? This is the most strange thing that US has done. Usually, US laws are pretty much relaxed. I mean, pretty much relaxed in the sense that they do care about the people, unlike other countries. But this time, this was pretty strange. So a lot of people contacted me and asked that, VFS is sending us back and what should we do? Some many people have traveled to India and they are stuck there now because the H1B interview appointments are very difficult to get. It's a more of a lottery system there as well. So you have to keep waiting, and as soon as the appointments open, they just close within a couple of minutes. So I'm not sure if you can actually get it without the agents. There are hundreds and thousands of agents that are already there, and they keep. I don't know how they get the information about the opening of the appointments, but as soon as they get it, they just book the appointments immediately, and all of them are pretty much gone. Only a couple of few people have been able to get the appointments themselves. Has anybody of you got the appointments yourself? Can you share the experience if anybody has? Or if you have used an agent and then they were able to get it? Because I get contacted by a lot of people saying that please refer me to some agent or something because they have been trying for a couple of months and they don't even see a single appointment. And then I to tell them that it's very difficult to refer an agent because they just vanish after taking your money, and I can't be responsible for that situation. So I don't usually refer any agent, but I do get contacted by a lot of them every day. They want the business, they want me to refer, or they want me to refer them in the groups and the Twitter and everywhere. But I don't do that because I have no way to find out whether they are credible agents or not. Okay, fish out of the water. Do you have anything to share? You want to speak?
No, what I was thinking that the changes in the Dropbox visa renewal eligibility from 5 years to 1 year might be due to the maximum waiting policy introduced during the first day itself.
Hmm.
So
So what
that
what
could be
is
the
it?
reason why it was introduced.
What is that policy? Can you explain? I think I
They
don't know about.
maximum waiting on any kind of visa or any kind of immigration. So
Uh-huh.
Trump signed that on the very first day itself. So I think that should be the reason it was reduced from 5 years to 1 year.
What is this policy about? What does it say really? For
They
5 years,
call it
what the
maximum waiting.
maximum waiting means? Oh, the maximum allowed time on H1B.
No, no, no. It is like they are doing a lot more background checks, and they have. made vetting anywhere where they think it is required, based on the first day, one of the thing that was signed by Trump.
No, but how is it related with Dropbox change? Any connection?
Yeah, because they just want to do more vetting for the people whose visa already expired a year before. So it's kind of they want to they are just increasing the vetting. That's all.
Yes, so no relation, no direct relation with the 5 year rule that you're talking about, right?
Yeah, no direct relation, but yeah, indirectly it is related.
Okay. So as I understand, it's probably like, their way of adding the blockages or the hurdles in the
No,
process.
but before COVID, the rule was 12 months only. So why so much hassle now? They are going back to pre-COVID time. It
No,
was,
no, no. So before COVID, I agree it was 12 months.
yeah,
But
so they are
after,
going back to that rule.
yeah, yeah. So, but Biden administration worked on it and they announced, I think last year that they're going to keep this 48 months policy
No, but that
for
government is gone now.
yeah, so government is changing it, right? That's
Yeah.
what we are debating, that the government is against any kind of loose or you can say the benefit for the immigrants. They just want to make every process
So
as difficult as
you don't
possible.
see any benefit for immigrants on this, like changing this rule?
What is the benefit? You tell me.
I see the benefit. Like people who are waiting on
Hmm.
the green card may get their green card. Maybe the dates will move because at the consulate now the visas will not be issued. Not only the work visas, even the family based visas will not be issued so easily now at the consulates. They are reducing the staff at the consulates. They have reduced the staff, so many people at the consulate now. So what they are
Hmm.
trying to do is they are trying to cut the issuing of the visas at the consulate. So I believe
Hmm.
that family immigration will also slow down. It will impact, and that
Hmm.
family like numbers could spill over to the employment base. So that could progress the green card dates for the employment base.
Ah,
I
that's correct. That is correct. But
it's not
isn't
going
it
to
also
move.
true? Isn't it also true that maybe there are two or three times more people in the US who are waiting for GC on different categories than the family-based green card? Like they don't need to go to
No, mostly
embassy.
mostly family base is issued at the consulate. It's not
That
in the
is what I'm
waiting.
saying. That is what I'm saying. So spillover will happen because see, always for every year for last 2, 3 years there has been a spillover. But are they really moving those visas
No,
back to employment base?
In Biden administration, the spillover was very minimum. But only when it was
Mhm.
Trump, the
And
reason
as I
was
say, it's
given.
minimum or not. So it's minimum or not, right? If there is a spillover, did they really move those extra visa, extra green card to employment every year? That's not
Yeah,
correct.
no, but
It actually happened
during
only a couple of times.
yeah
Isn't it that true?
Trump administration, the spillover was very big, huge, big. Like the dates almost came to 2015 for EB2.
But
So
again, see, spillover, that's see the my question is there is an extra, let's say, based on your assumption, let's say there are extra green card available on family best category. Okay.
yes,
Now, Congress has to pass that rule. USCIS, Department of Homeland Security should approve that. Yes, those extra green card can be spilled over to the employment base. It's not a
no, they
default.
will
No,
not
that
approve.
is that is that is
That's a regular
It is
rule.
not a default. No, it is not
No,
a
it is a
default.
default rule.
it is a
If
default rule.
yeah,
That's what my understanding
it
is.
is a
It is
default
a
rule. Yeah.
If it is a default rule, if it is a default rule, then 2 years back when there were like around 45 to 50,000 green card available from the family base, why they did not move it to the
because they
family
were
base.
slow in processing, right? So the
So
USAs
that
were
is it
not
what I'm
able.
saying. Here also like staff has been reduced, not only on embassy level. Staff has been reduced at USCIS level also within the US. So understand they would be also less small, short, like a longer process now
Yeah,
for
they're
each
trying
and
to
every
slow
cat.
down things. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
so
and
understand.
I
So it's
heard.
like it's not only one side; those are changes are happening. It's going to happen to two side also, both the side, because currently also now. Now, once we talk about, let's say, Dropbox processes, okay, yes, those things are like processing time may go up, down, or maybe embassy staff is going down, okay, but maybe then they might invest more into VFS and some other services where basically they are the one who issues the visa. Embassy always approves the visa.
No, no. When
Okay,
I say
embassy.
embassy staff, that means contractors also. They clearly mention those VFS contracts. Contractors are also going to
Yeah,
be
in
laid
that
off.
case, yeah, in that case, I do have like a doubt because see, in every year they issue like around 1 million or 1 million visas from India. Okay, that count may go by around reduced by 10%. They don't because that is also one of the income.
That 1 million is during Biden administration, not in Trump administration. So
It
see, the government has changed now. So
uh
so so the policies will
see
change.
again, yes, but even in
Yes.
Trump era also, even
So
in Trump era also, if we exclude the COVID time, okay, Trump era they did not have a problem with the Indians getting the visas.
Yeah,
true.
Anil.
So I agree that there will be, I think there is some spillover that will be increased because of the family visas not issued. But at the same time, they will be adding hurdles for employment wage as well. For example, in the last term, they intentionally added the H4 biometrics requirement, which delayed the H4 EAD work permits. And then they added the green card interview for every employment-based category, which again added to the problem and delayed most of the employment-based green card as well. So yeah, you are right in the sense that yes, of course there will be spillover, and but I still don't think that it's going to be a very big material number that will be spill having us that will spill over, and then uh, it's going to make any kind of significant impact to the employment-based queue. Because if you look at the visa bulletin chart, rest of the world is also backlogged, and they are trying to make every effort to make rest of the world current and still keep other like India and China in the backlog. They are not worried about that backlog. But every time they talk about things in every time they talk about reducing backlog in Congress, they are more concerned about the rest of the world rather than the
Yeah, but you see this
main
visa
backlog
bulletin
queue.
which came, the dates jump almost 2 months. I haven't from the long time I have not seen this 2 months kind of a jump.
So, yeah, so this is not the government change specifically. I
It
would
is
say
not
it's
related to government. Yeah, it is not
it's
related
not
to all because
there.
whatever changes are there, it will take at least 6 months, 8 months to get it like I'm getting actual effect on this visa bulletin. Let us should
Yes.
be yeah.
So, I mean, I would agree that yeah, it is better to stay positive and think positively that there will be some kind of benefit. But at the same time, see, the point is that they are against all kind of immigration, be it legal, family, employment, everything. So they have to cater to their core vote base in some way. Even if they don't stop it directly, they will start creating problems here and there. So this is the first biggest problem that they have created by reducing the Dropbox eligibility. This will definitely affect a lot of H1Bs and their travel plans. Most of them will try to avoid the travel for the next 4 years completely. And then people who will get stuck will get stuck. Uh,
Yeah, that is what I
I
already
don't know.
told, right? Anil, if you
Yeah.
remember last week only, I told that this is gonna get impacted. Now, further problem is that to that is now the visa extension within the US. Because of the less staff in the USCIS, okay, and all the people are like, I don't know how many they're gonna get fired or removed. Okay. I'm just little bit worried the people who filed that extension just right before their
Yeah, I
expiration.
filed last week. I got approval
Yeah.
also.
Yeah, that
So
could be the premium, but like those
yeah,
people who are not
premium,
even
and it
filing
was
through
it was
premium.
bundled. So H4 also came. So to my
Yeah, so
surprise, like H4
luckily, yeah.
also
So
came. Yeah.
luckily, again,
Yeah,
that is not gonna default. You cannot take it as a granted that it will get approved as for. But I'm not talking about that. But like talking about, there are many companies who they will not go for premium, and they might file for extension, maybe especially for those contractual people who file for extension
So
just a month
yeah,
before or
companies
two
are
months
not doing
before. Yeah.
companies are
So
not doing
those.
premium.
So because of the lack of people here and the processing time, anyhow, it is about 5, 6 months. So those people will be there are chances that those people might become out of status because by the time they will get an approval, they would already pass their 180 to 40 days rule before expiration, or maybe the I-94 would have expired. Okay. So that is a more
Yeah.
challenging thing. So like and majority like people who are working in US, okay, they are not full time. In that case, they're gonna face this problem unless they file maybe 4 5 months before.
No,
Okay,
but we are all
they'll be
speculating that these things will happen. It has not
no,
happened. I have
just
not
like
seen
the
right
no
now.
no the again again listen. uh they had just started to reduce the staff now. Okay, they just started to reduce the staff now. So now going forward, all these timelines will, if you have seen in last 4 months already, I'm not talking about this Trump effect, but last in 4 months only. Okay, for example, for H4, the approval time for the California Center was 2.5. It has gone up to 3.5 months. Okay, if you have seen that, if you noticed it, I would have some couple of screenshots for that one, but that has already gone up. Similar way for all other locations also, this processing time will go up, and that will impact majority of these people. They have to, by
Yeah.
default
So
they have to go to, yeah, so these are the also
and
couple of like, yeah,
No, but if
you
you are
can you
applying
can
for
avoid to go to India for stamping, but
if
you
you're
cannot
applying in
avoid this
premium
situation.
processing, if you're applying in premium processing, they have to
Big
approve,
bull,
make a
not
decision in 15
everybody,
days.
not every
yeah,
employer supports that
I
no,
mean,
premium
so
processing.
that's fine.
even
That's
if the
fine. That
employer is not supporting, I think the candidate should
No,
himself
you
give the
cannot go. No, you cannot
$3,000
go.
and get it done because
No, you
there's no
cannot
point.
go.
yes, yes, yes. No, no.
Premium
Yeah.
processing, you cannot go. Premium processing, or even if candidate is paying out of pocket, okay, employer has to prove that that is they are paying it from their own
Uh,
on payment,
no, no, I
and they have to
disagree with it. No, no. I would have my 2 cents here. I disagree with this point. The rule is that the employee can pay for the premium fee,
Yes,
but it has to be filed by the employer.
correct.
So employer can take the money legally. That's allowed. That's as
Yes,
for my information. And the second thing is, in the last term, what they did was they stopped the premium processing also. So that added to the problem. So my only point is that, if I mean we are thinking positive, of course, someone's loss is someone's gain in the real world, right? So if family quota guys lose the game or lose some numbers, we may win it here. But then the thing is, they try to add problems for the employment wage as well, so that the numbers don't get used by within the same fiscal year, and then they get lost. That's the main thing that I'm concerned about. It's okay that we will win in the long run, but they also waste it, and then they're trying to reduce the staff. This is what happened in 2021 effectively. They wasted 80,000 green cards right there just by saying that we didn't have the staff. So expect that too as well at the same time. Don't be in the bubble that they might be in favor of employment based, because initially I saw Elon Musk was very strongly putting the foot forward and for H1B guys, but then he completely stopped after they saw that their MAGA, whatever it is, MAGA voter base was strongly against that idea that he's going to defend H1B. Then he completely stopped talking about
but
it.
did he
So,
post anything negative about H1B?
so he didn't post it. But see, if he's not speaking about it, then of course something has happened behind the scenes, right?
No, but he doesn't have, like, I don't think like he will be every day tweeting about H1B or anything. I have not seen like till now Trump has not
Mhm.
tweeted anything negative about H1B
you
that he
see
wants to
what he's
stop the program.
speaking negative or positive. The thing is that the people who are surrounded by him, they do
I
not
agree on
like
that.
H1B.
I
Okay, they
agree,
do
Lord.
not
Yeah, Stephen
and
Miller.
they do not have knowledge about it. They still consider agriculture employee or working in a restaurant. They are also part of H1B.
Yeah, I agree on
And
that.
they
Yeah.
also think, and everybody thinks that only Indians are beneficial. I mean, beneficiaries of H1B. And there's only thing that it is only IT jobs which are taken by H1B. Yes, majority taken, but there are also non-IT jobs are also there. Okay, so
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is it, and they only believe only India. So that is it. So those are also people like, okay, sometimes some decision always taken by president himself. Okay, based on the inputs and information received. But like there are also some other people always go there, and not everybody is around him likes India, right? That is also the one of the thing. And fun when a H1B topic comes, and everybody talks about Indians only. So that
Yep.
is also something which you guys need to we need to understand. So
Yeah.
you
So
never know.
that's
You never
yeah,
know what can happen.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. We never know. So it's okay. It's good to be positive, but it was a good discussion. Yep. There are pros and cons for everything here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but the
it's good.
Dropbox and Visa, I would say that no, like don't go with. I know one of my friend. He just had an appointment today, and his visa
Hmm.
got approved. Luckily, he anyhow was had booked appointment only. So he said, we were just talking it. I said, why are you going for Dropbox? Like
Uh-huh.
4 months ago when he was booking it. He said, you better you go if you're going it, better you go because within a 2 weeks you can come back. Because for the
Uh-huh.
Dropbox, if you drop it at Mumbai or maybe anywhere, okay, then it travels and all this logistic takes a longer time. It's better that you go there and get an appointment. So he said, okay, let me go. So he went there and got a visa approved. And since he's in a Pune, so he said, I'm gonna stay here in 2 days in Mumbai, and then I'm gonna pick up my passport from here in 2 days. So I can come back within a 10 days from India to US. So all the things are there. Yes. So 4 years of that extension, like a 48 months, that was this additional benefit what we had it for few years. We cannot take it as a granted. We should not have taken as a granted that it is going to remain there for longer term. So we can just say that what was given to us had been just taken back. So we are still back to square one. It was like a 12 months of waiting period. That's it.
Right. So, okay, I have one question from YouTube. They're asking, can you share precautions to take when you book appointments about uh, scams? If you find good ones, what precautions should we take? So basically, he's asking about the agents who are booking
Oh.
the appointments,
Yeah, if
right?
you have
Has any?
extra money, yeah, if you have somebody has extra money, they can give it to me.
No, no,
No,
no.
no, no, don't go with these agents. Like it is just a hit and miss. It is just a hit
No,
and
no, but
miss.
it's a serious problem because one of my close friend, he also was struggling. He couldn't find appointment for at least 2 months, and then he was fed up because he used to stay awake till 1 o'clock at night to just find the appointments, and then after 2 months he got fed up, and then he hired one guy to find an appointment for him. He took the username, password, all the secret questions and answers, and then he vanished. He took the
Yeah,
token money 10,000 rupees, and then
yeah.
he vanished, never came back. So he got really disappointed because, see, it's a crooked system. Why do you have that kind of system where you have to stay awake at midnight because they can open the appointment anytime? They don't even
Correct.
announce when they will open, and then so it becomes complete nonsense thing, right? So you have to somehow rely on the agents because agents are in India and they are keeping a tab on everything. Somehow, I
Yeah.
don't know how they get to know about the appointment time or something. Something is happening, and they are able to
I
just
yeah,
book everything within a couple of minutes.
I can suggest you one thing. Let's say, I mean,
Hmm.
for example, instead of like, finding someone online or offline, all this, okay,
Hmm.
ask your parents or siblings who are there in India, okay,
Exactly.
and look for the businesses businesses who are into visitor
Hmm.
visas and everything, okay, so go there and tell that, okay, this is what I wanted, because those are the also agents who are helping local people, and those are the physical offices, okay.
Hmm.
Again, there can be chances that you might get scammed and all these things, because everybody, like, everybody knows that people can scam to every, but again, this is not an advice, I will not suggest it, but you can go there. Or if your parents have traveled to USA, so they would have taken some services from the local agent for B1, B2, for documentation preparation, DS-116, all these things, okay? So go to them and say that this is my problem, okay? Based on that, they can maybe help you out. But otherwise, finding someone, okay, online, it is just like a finding your Tinder love. You can be hit, he can be missed, but most of the time, there are chances that you might get scammed. Right. So I will not suggest you guys at all to look someone, and and they will come out and say, okay, I got help from these one and all this. There will be also whole there's another group also who always promotes that, okay, these are the people who help me to do all these things. But actually those are also part of those scammers. Okay, so that is it. So go for the
Yeah.
local based out of your city. There are so many businesses are there who are helping with the traveling and all the thing, and they have been doing business for last 10, 15, 20 years, 30 years. Okay, so try to talk to them, to ask your sibling or parents or someone of a friend to go there and tell that this is something. If they can do it, then better you go forward for it. And most of the and those agents, I have seen it. Those agents basically take money after you have booked your appointment and they have got everything for you.
Anil, Vikram here. Can I add something here?
Yeah, yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Maybe I don't know this information is useful for this forum or not, but we guys are talking about how the agents are booking the appointment, right? For the Dropbox or the interview.
Right. And
Yeah.
what is the best way to find out a reliable
Okay.
agent? That's the question. Yeah.
Okay, I will share my experience here. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Sure.
technically, I did not, I did not approach any agent to book the appointment. I did it 3 months back. So in the market, there are some Chrome's plugins are available. Okay, if you allow me, then I will share the website name also. But there are Chrome's plugins available. So what we have to do, we
Mm-hmm.
have to download, we have to install that plugin. Once you install
Mm-hmm.
that plugin, then you have they will share one code with you for that particular user ID for your user ID. Once you install and once you verify that okay, for this particular user ID you have installed the plugin and the same user ID you have used for the USA, throughout the day at least 5 times you have to visit to your website and you have to check whether the Dropbox appointments are available or not. Whenever you are visiting that time, that plugin is capturing the for yeah, your print it is taking a print screen that particular slot, whether slot is available or not. Think about it like you visit the website, you select the Chennai, and you saw there are 10 appointments are available. So immediately that plugin will take the photograph, and the whoever has subscribed to, whoever has taken the paid subscription, that plugin will send the email to each and every candidate saying that right now Dropbox appointments are available. And I think this
Mm-hmm.
is the same website or the same plugin these agents are using to book the appointment. So nobody
Okay.
knows like when the appointments are available. But I have seen
Mhm.
that like I got the email. They said, "Oh, the appointment is available for Chennai in January. Just wanna check." I immediately logged in and I saw yes, appointment was there. So maybe this is the another thing. The whoever is listening, they can try this plugin. So and they are
Yeah, I
charging
know.
I got $29 or $30 per month. No, for the 3 months.
Yeah, I know about this plugin. Yeah, but
Yep.
I've not tried it yet. But yeah, you can use it if you are ready to wake up at night or keep checking your emails or whatever. Yeah, then I think
Yeah.
that should work, right?
Yeah, that is the difference really. I completely agree. Maybe we will miss that window. But like during the USR, if some slots are available, then we can easily book that slot. So no need to pay for
Ri-
agents.
Right, right. Yeah, that's one of the option, right? I agree.
Yeah.
Anybody else who has any experience with it? And there are a lot of Telegram and WhatsApp groups as well where they share the screenshots, just like this website was shared. I forgot the name of the person who was speaking.
So
Yeah,
But yeah,
Vikram.
I used the plugin for booking Canada slot, and it was very
okay.
easy. So it automatically runs, and it will also book for you. You don't have to wake up or check. It will book the slot for you.
Oh, really?
Yes. So I
Yeah,
used that.
then, oh, that's very good then.
Yeah, and it was free. I didn't have to pay anything. The guy
Oh,
only
so
asked if you want to donate anything after that, you are welcome to donate.
okay,
He had a website,
okay,
and
that's
that
good
only
then.
works for Canada.
But then, why are they doing it for free? There must be something, right? Maybe they're selling your information somewhere because they
Nothing. He
have your
created
login.
that website and he created that plugin. And then
Uh-huh.
I saw many people donated money to him after they got the appointment. But that only works for Canada. Like I said, only for Canada.
Oh, okay, that is something new. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I used
But
that.
that.
I already went there and got the stamp also last year. So yeah, it
Uh-huh.
worked.
So somebody, Karthika is asking what is a plugin name.
Let me find out and give you in the chat.
Yeah. But it's only for Canada, right?
It's only for Canada.
Okay. That's good to know. Okay. Anybody else has any questions? If you don't have, then I have the question. I have collected the list of questions that were asked this week, and then we can go through them one by one. So the current one is, are F1 student visas also affected? Yes, they are affected right now. Every visa is affected with the Dropbox rule. So if you have already taken the appointment, then I strongly suggest you to recheck, go back to the VFS website or whatever country website you were on, and then recheck your Dropbox eligibility. We have an app also if you want to check it outside of the visa appointment website to see if you are eligible or not on the date that you want to drop the documents. Not today's date, not tomorrow's date, the date that you want to drop. And this date should be the date where you will get the appointment. So there is no real way of finding out this date. There is no formula. You just have to guess it randomly, then check your eligibility. So, for example, if you get the appointment for some date in May, and let's say 31st of May, and your visa is expired, has expired on 1st of May 2024, then you will not be eligible for Dropbox on 31st May or even 2nd of May. So they will not allow you. So it's better to take the interview appointment for May rather than Dropbox because you don't want to have any surprises at the last moment. That's the rule. And all visa types are affected, not only H1B, H4, or F1. Every single visa type is affected. Any questions? Okay. Chandra is saying that, let me just show his, I can't see his comment here. I can't highlight it. So Chandrakant is saying that his audio suggested the same about my ID that data is tracked. So he's probably trying to say that all these plugins, if they are free, they are definitely tracking your data and they are probably selling that data to some company to make money out of it. If I understand Chandra's comment correctly, that's what he's trying to say. Yeah. Rahul is asking again, let's say you find a good agent and he books it. Does the visa officer? Okay, Chandra says yes. So he confirms that yeah, these plugins track your data and sell your data to third parties. So it's up to your choice if you want to do it or not. Okay. Rahul is saying, let's say you find a good agent and he books it. Does the visa officer know that you have booked the appointment using agents? I mean, agents are illegal from visa officer standpoint. Yeah, see, it's a gray line there. So what these agents do is they use your own login and password. So I don't think they have that kind of technology to find out who booked it eventually. Or I don't know even they even track the IP address and sort of things. And even if they track, do they want to spend that kind of time to find out the trail of the visa appointment booking? I don't think so. That's happening unless and until there is some kind of very big problem happen for your visa case. I don't see any issue. To be frank, in the last couple of years after COVID, lots and lots of people have booked through the agents. There were a lot of FIRs were filed in India, like Hyderabad and other places, where they wanted to investigate the fraud here. How are the agents grabbing all the appointments? But I don't think anything happened and they tracked it or anything. A lot of people I know personally firsthand have got the appointments through agents and they have got their visa approved and they are back in US. So as per my information, you're fine. And if you look at the B1, B2 and other type of visas, normally people do take the agent's help in India, right? They just pay them and they fill the forms and get everything done and ready, and then you just have to go and appear for the appointment. So I think that should be fine. I don't see any issue there. But it is always better to be very, vigilant because you're giving your account that has your information, your email, your phone numbers, all your basically everything, and you have made the payments, and then the bad case that I've heard is one of the guy who called me and asked for help was his account was hacked by the agent. He and initially he quoted I think some very low amount to him like 5 6,000. He got attracted. He booked him, and then after taking the appointment, he tried to blackmail him by not giving him the credentials back. So he had to actually pay more than the regular amount to him. He ended up paying, I think, 35,000 rupees just for one appointment to him. So that's the bad part of the situation. So it's always better to go with an agent who some of your friends have used, or maybe you have found it in some kind of reliable group where people are discussing about it or something like that. I think we also have that service where we have tied up with one of the agent, and then it's a reliable service. We are responsible for everything. So, but it's a paid service. It's not a free service. If you want to use that, you can use that as well, or you can find agent by yourself and then get it done. Okay. Anything else? Any other question?
I have one
Oh,
question, Anil, here.
yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I just need a suggestion here. So
Mm-hmm,
I have booked a Dropbox appointment on I think 20th or 25th April 2025.
mm-hmm,
Okay, but currently I'm in USA. I got a
mm-hmm,
RFE, and my
mm-hmm.
attorney he did not submit the RFE response yet. So do you think is it okay to book the appointment before getting any decision, or should I cancel the Dropbox appointment and should I wait for the decision first?
This is H1B.
H1B, yeah.
You got RFE.
Yeah.
And is it premium? Is it premium processing?
Yeah, it is premium processing. Previously, my visa was in regular processing. Okay, so my attorney submitted my application in June. So from June till December, I waited. Then I approached to my employer. He converted into premium, and in
Mm-hmm,
December, I got a RFE after converting
mm-hmm.
into the premium. So technically, the last day to submit the RFE is March 28th. So maybe in next week or within a week or two, my attorney is going to respond to the RFE. But I saw that Dropbox appointment was available, and I was planning to visit India in April. So already I have booked the Dropbox appointment. So
So are you
what do you suggest
eligible
there?
for Dropbox? Are you eligible
Yeah,
for Dropbox?
yeah. I'm eligible for Dropbox because my visa expired on September 2024.
It depends on the RFE. I don't know what kind of RFE is it. Like normal
Uh,
RFE or something?
Yeah, so they are asking me like the USCIS officer did not understand the job responsibility, and he is asking how the education is. Yeah, so
Okay.
how the education is compatible with this job. So just provide the more evidence about the education and the training for this particular job.
So these kind of RFEs have started coming up now. Initially, this was rare.
I, I want to add to this.
Uh-huh.
One of my friend recently got a call directly from USCIS, and that was not a
Uh-huh.
scam call. And that call he received after H1B extension was approved. So basically, they were asking him about his job role, responsibilities, and team size, and etc. etc. So instead of visit, they called him from
Mm-hmm.
USCIS. He got a call asking
Mm-hmm.
about details, and after extension was approved. So
Wow.
you might get a call also from USCIS, which you might think it's a scam, but that might not be a scam as well.
Yeah,
As a one
that's
arm.
the that Yeah, that's part of site visit rule that they have. So usually those are third party agents that they hire, and they sometimes just take all the information on the call instead of physically visiting the site. That I think they started it in COVID,
Yeah, for
Ah,
this
okay.
process.
Vikram, like how confident you are that you will be able to overcome with this RFE?
Yeah, I'm confident because like
Okay,
I'm
then you
working
don't
with
worry.
the
Yeah, because
com-
if you cancel it right now, you have to pay the
Mhm.
Mhm.
fees again. Okay,
No,
and
canceling means.
since anyhow
Wo-
you have a premium processing, okay, so
Mhm.
the moment that attorney sends it, I will ask suggest you pursue your attorney to send
Mhm.
that response within a 1 week or so. So don't wait up till March end or something. Okay. So
So my
Yeah.
yeah, so go ahead and submit that RFE responses as soon as possible. Maybe your attorney can use their experience, expertise. Okay, if you are in the same role for last 3, 4 years, same organization, so
Mhm.
which is felt itself is sufficient enough. Okay, so that is so go ahead and reply it. But before, I'm sure that you will have your approval before that, and you can always use it because April is still it's like around 2 months time. And if
Mhm.
so, you don't worry on that because there is no point of canceling it right now and you already
No,
converted
no.
into the premium. So,
Yeah.
as I said that you are the better judge of your own profile, okay, in terms
Mhm.
of whether it will get approved or not. If there
Yeah.
is a enough justification, and if you think so, that is what I ask. Okay, I'm not asking about like, see, it's like if it is a USCIS or DPA or any organization, if you think that your response gonna be the perfect and everything is okay, you are good from your side, they have to approve it. There's no reason that they will reject it. That's a part one. Okay, and since you're confident, then you go ahead and book it. Continue with your appointment. Why you wanna spend like a 200, $300 or $400, depending upon how many people you have applied for visa,
My
like
only worry is that my only worry is that like does USCIS when like although I have booked the appointment, does the embassy verify that whether this petition is approved or not?
oh, they
Yes,
obviously
yes.
is very so
Yeah, it
without
has to
that
be.
No,
It
no,
has
but
to be approved.
do,
It has to be
no, no,
approved. No,
no, no. Do you think that like if they try to verify that whether the application is approved or not, and they realize that oh the application is currently in progress, so will it impact my decision? Because this
obviously,
person,
obviously, man.
no, they cannot give you visa without the
Yeah,
approval approved petition.
no,
without
no, no, no,
approval.
no, 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 you're not getting it. Like the scenario is that I have booked the appointment.
See, I'll
Maybe
tell
now
you.
they,
See, I'll tell you. Let's say your application does not derive any approval, or there is no decision yet by the time you go for your visa extension or for your visa stamping. So for the embassy, you do not have any status in US. Okay, they cannot grant you any visa. That's a
no,
full
sir.
stop. Understand?
Let me explain my scenario one more time. I have submitted my application. I have taken a Dropbox appointment, and currently my visa is in progress. So my question is that does the embassy will check whether this visa
Yes,
application is approved or
that is
not?
what they check. That is what they
No,
check.
no.
They
Do you think
understand
will they check?
when you are in India, let's say when you are not in the US, when you are in India, when you are outside the US, okay. If you do not have any approved petition, that means you do not have any visa available for you. You cannot even travel back also. That's it.
So, okay,
Do you think will
my
they check it within day or two?
Obviously,
Because
they
just
will
now
check
I
it. Even if
wait,
the
wait, wait,
moment you go
wait.
there in the
So,
embassy,
okay,
they'll
wait,
check it.
so your question is about today, checking today when you book the appointment, or on the
yeah,
day of
just
your.
no, just now I have booked the appointment. So my question is that my attorney has not submitted the response to USCIS. So I'm thinking that like does USCIS will check that whether this petition is approved or not?
Oh, today it will not check. Then when you go for interview, they will check. Today
Yeah,
they don't check. Yeah, you can use any in progress petition. You can use that. Okay, and you can apply for the visa. That is
yeah.
fine.
So my question is that like if they if yeah, so my question is that if they check like whether this petition is approved or not, so USA that officer will come to know that there is some action or activities happening on this petition. So
See,
do you
see,
think that
wait, 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 wait. The
yeah,
simple answer is on the day of the Dropbox, you should submit the approved copy of your petition with your
Okay.
documents.
Yeah,
If
that
it
that I
is,
will.
if it, yeah, so if it is not approved and you don't have it in your hand physically,
Mhm.
they will deny
Okay.
the visa.
Okay. So that is clear. But
Yeah,
right now, do I?
and yes, they have all the access to check the history of your case. If RFE was issued, yes, they do have access to check all these things. If that is another your question which you are asking, but today
Yeah,
you can use that your application reference number to book your slots. But I think you already said that you have already
you-
booked the appointment. That means you have already
Yeah.
used that petition number in DS
Yes.
160. So you are
Yes.
good
Yes.
here. You are
Yeah,
good
okay.
here.
Okay.
That's it. Okay, but
Okay. Okay.
make it sure you tomorrow pursue with your attorney to submit the response as soon as possible. Since you already converted into the premium, you will get a response prior to that. Okay, and in the
Got it.
case, let's say it is not approved the day you are traveling, okay, then it is totally up to you. But I would suggest that if it is not approved before you try you leave for the India, I would suggest that cancel your planning.
But
Currently,
without
keep
approval,
it.
I cannot travel. Like I'm not going to travel to India.
Correct.
So
yes,
once
yes,
I,
it's not advisable. Yeah.
Yeah, but you need to
And
also consider about your I-94 expiration also and the number of days after your I-94 those are also certain things which you need to check. So they check those things also.
and also I will add like you have to wait a little bit after approval also. For example, your Dropbox is next month, and
uh,
today your your petition was approved. So you have to wait a little bit before you take the appointment for Dropbox, because I think in the back end in the USAS website it has to be updated, and it has to shows them that it's approved. Otherwise, it will take another maybe 10-15 more days for you to like get the stamping and everything.
okay.
Right, right. That's why they usually issue Form 221G when they cannot verify everything immediately there. They issue
Yes,
Form 221G and then it
because
takes 1 week
it
or
it
something.
happened to me in Mexico, because I immediately went. Within 5 days or 7 days, I went. My petition was approved, and within 5 to 7 days, I was having an appointment. Then they said like, okay, you it seems it's in progress, so you have to wait until we see that it's in approved state. So I had to extend my
So
stay in Mexico for another 10-15 days
Got
unnecessarily.
it. Got
So
it.
you
Got
So
got
it.
lucky.
there is something called, when the petition gets approved, there is something called Petition Information Management System, right? So the USCIS, or I think it is the employer's responsibility to have a copy of your approved petition, right, to be sent to the PIMS. Right, so that center is located in Kentucky, and I think I've seen some emails. I've done this when I got my stamping in Canada, so you can send an email to PIMS at some website is, I mean, email address is there. If you are doing your stamping in Mexico or in Canada, you can send an email to PIMS, stating your petition number, the center, and I think your AA number. And then you will get a response back from them that, hey, the petition has been updated, in the database, right? So maybe that is what would have happened in your case, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I mean that could be because I was not aware of those things,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't take any action after going there. That was
Yeah,
from
I did
USCIS
that
that
when I
processed
got
me.
my stamping in 2012 in Canada.
Okay.
Yeah, usually if you
Nowadays, it
get
is not required. Nowadays, it is not required. But like the backend system, it takes a couple of days because they don't follow the USCIS case tracker. They follow that internal system where basically what happens that in their internal system, all the information related to the case gets uploaded, including the documentations and everything. That is where they check. Earlier, what you say, money, it was like around 8, 10 years ago. That was the valid. Even it was valid for India also.
Mm-hmm.
That they were taking like around 15 days, 30 days a time. Nowadays, it is taking like a 4, 5 days, 6 days to get that backend system. It is just like you go to DMV,
Mm-hmm.
okay. After that, your approval of your of your visa, right? They don't issue
License immediately,
your
right? So
driver's
they do the
license.
case check, and then
Correct,
they will
correct.
wait for
Yeah,
the approval to come back, right?
correct. Yeah. So that is it. So that. So that is what it is. So maybe in embassy they have some different internal system.
Mm.
So it just like it takes 5 days or 7 days to get
Yeah,
it approved.
5 to 7 days, correct.
Okay.
So that is it. But as I
So
said that you can always use your any extension receipt in a process right now to book an appointment. It is not like you, even if, for example, for the new H1B visa holder whose lottery gonna get selected and when the employer files for it, and if you think so that employer wants you to be in the US for the first from October or November, you can always use this petition starting from the, let's say May, April or May when your visa is filed for H1B. You can use that and book an appointment in September, just a 1 month before starting off actual petition. So in that case
mm,
also, even if visa is not approved, you can still use your petition number to book an appointment.
I have one question, not to deviate from the topic
Mhm.
though. Um, so I have my extension, right now, actually going on, and I'm planning to go to India, probably in July, August, and I have my current visa on my passport till July of this year. So my question is, I already started filling out, the DS 160, and I have the AA number with me. Um, I tried to, create. I mean, I was not able to edit my new passport that I've got, in January in my, US visa scheduling website. So I used my other email address to create, a new profile and enter the new passport detail. My question is, I mean, since I'm right now going through the extension process, can I go ahead and, create a the petition number, right? The LIN or WAC, whatever
Uh-huh.
number that I'm going to get, and then move forward with the payment process in order to look at the Dropbox options. Or
Mhm.
if I do that, would I be able to edit my petition details once I get it?
Yeah, the petition number will remain same, right?
No, I haven't. My attorneys are like collecting the documents and they are yet to file the petition. So what I'm asking is, right
So,
now I put my employer name, petitioner name, and the petition detail, in where I will put the LIN number or WAC number, right? The center number, right? So for now, I just put LIN, like
You can, yeah, you can do
25.
that.
no, no.
Yeah,
You
yeah, you
can
can
do
do that.
that, but you can do
Mhm.
that, but I don't recommend it.
No, no,
At
no, you can
least
do that.
wait.
No, no, it is also fine, Anil. I'll tell you. Because generally the ES-160 nowadays you have to submit it within a 30 days of your appointment. Don't submit it before that. Okay. So you can always create another DS-160 still link with your existing appointment. Okay. And as far as your passport is concerned, I would suggest that do not create a new account or new profile. Better call them. Okay. They also have a local number which you can call from US to the India. Okay. And
I
say that this
tried. I
is try that
Uh,
because similar thing has happened to my family also. Because earlier that passport details got changed and somehow they were showing it some different account, and then when we called and it got settled out. It's a 4 5 years ago that has happened. So better try still call them. Okay, there is some US number for the Indian embassy in Delhi. Okay, provide all the details that you want to update your passport details rather than creating a, because see, what will happen that in the absence of they won't be able to track your older petition because you change your account and couple of things. Again, you might get a problem that, okay, I want to track these and track further things. So better use the existing account and call them. See, for me, it has helped. I'm sure it will help for you also in that case. And anyhow, even if it doesn't help, for example, in DS-160, you can always use your latest passport number.
okay, so as
That
per what I understand and what I know, I'll tell you that, and what Bakarwadi has experienced, he has shared his experience. So as per my understanding, you can use the new account because they combine the email address and the passport number to create a unique account. If any of them is already in their existing account, I think you have changed your passport number, right?
correct. That's right.
Yeah, so that's why they allowed you to create a new account. Otherwise, they wouldn't have. So
Yeah,
I think
because
you should be.
I tried to edit. I was able to edit my issue date and the expiry date, but
not the passport number. Then I kind of googled
Right.
to see if I can edit my passport number. They said you reach out, the send an email or
Yes.
call the US visa help desk. I tried,
Yes.
then they are working only from 8 a.m. to I think 5 p.m. IST. So probably I should have called after our 9:30
Yeah.
here.
So
So
that should not be an issue. Second part is DS-160. So my suggestion is maybe Bakarwadi had a different experience, but my what I would suggest is wait until you get the receipt number, okay, and
hmm
then enter it in the DS-160, and then you submit and take the appointment. Now, if you want to
no
change anything, like
DS-160, I just started, right, because I'm touching my DS-160 every 30 days, right, so that it's kind of the application number is active,
Yeah. No,
right?
no, you
So
can
okay,
then
always edit it. Yeah, you can always edit it there also. That is fine.
yeah,
You can you until and unless you submit it, okay,
yes,
and yeah, submit it. You can modify almost everything there.
right,
Okay, but yeah,
right,
you are still doing right. And I would not suggest doing it 30. I would suggest doing it at 21 days.
yeah,
So
I
rather
just
put
put
a yeah,
yeah, I put a
yeah. So rather
bi-weekly
put a yeah
calendar
the
in,
3 weeks
yes,
notice,
yeah,
3 weeks reminder on your phone or anywhere, whatever you want.
right.
Okay, and keep on opening it and doing it. Or maybe if you are a little bit okay, so maybe you can pass on some API calls and maybe open it from your system and
so
do it.
they allow you to use that DS-160 number to book the appointment, even though you have not submitted it.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
it?
yeah,
No,
yeah.
no, yeah, so technically they will ask you to, you have to submit it within a 30 days. If you submit it before 30 days, nowadays they're asking, okay, create another DS-160. I know
Oh, is
many of
it?
my friends, I mean,
Oh,
many of my
Yeah.
friends, yeah, many of my friends face this issue that, okay, we cannot use the older DS-160. So
mm,
I know last year I kept my DS-160 open for almost like a whole year.
mm.
Okay, but I could not travel. That's a different story. But I kept on and I was doing it every 3 weeks. I
So,
just created one short
but
script.
but did you use that DS-160 number to book an appointment,
Yeah, I
which
did
was
that.
not submitted?
Yeah,
Also,
Yeah,
they
you
allow
can.
it.
You should be
yeah,
able.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, you can.
Without that you cannot book your appointment.
Yeah.
So they basically have no way to go back and check whether you have submitted it or not. They just
No,
rely
by
on
the
the
No,
time
no,
number.
no.
no,
At the
by the
time
time
of
you go,
appointment, they check it.
by the time you go for the stamping, right, in person or Dropbox, right, you would have submitted the application.
Yeah, you
What?
would
No,
have
no,
to
no,
submit it before
no, no,
appointment. You
no.
to submit
But
it.
see, if I'm going in August, right, if I'm going in
No, no,
August, right, so
wait. My question is whether they allow you to book the appointment without submitting the
yes,
DS-160.
yes, they are not
Yeah,
checking. There is
yeah.
no,
You
there is
are.
no cross check between the CEAC website and the US visa scheduling
Yeah,
website.
here is the process. Here is the
Okay.
process I tell you. Here is the process. Okay. You go to your visa, you go to your visa scheduling. Okay. You have your account and everything. You fill up the details there. Okay, you fill up the details there. And when you go for the scheduling, they need a DS-160. So you open another page, you go to that selected embassy, let's say Chennai, and get your DS-160. Just fill up initial details, your name, surname, petition details, and everything.
Right,
And then you save it. You have your already DS-160 there, right number?
right.
And
Yep,
then you use it to book your appointment.
correct.
And then it is up to you. Okay, but the rule is that if you don't submit it, and if you don't even touch it for open it, the DS-160, okay, for in the next 30 days, the DS-160 number will expire.
Yep, that's right.
Okay, so what will happen that let's say it has expired. So on on a scheduling page, it says your DS-160 has expired. Kindly create another DS-160. You have to create another DS-160, call embassy, and then they will link up the DS-160 to their
Mm.
appointment.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Sounds good
that
then.
is
Yeah.
yeah, so that is how the process is. And you can use the same DS-160 if you are keeping it, opening it for every 30, within a 30 days, you're opening it one time, it will stay active. If you
Yeah.
create one DS-160, if you have not submitted everything and just kept it in a save mode, okay, it will expire in a 30 days. And you
Yeah.
can modify all the thing. Obviously, not your basic things, name and details, but you can modify everything, and that is what the agent used to do initially. Agent used to create some XYZ fake name. So, there was a little question, right? If somebody can track it. Earlier, there was an option like, but nowadays they don't allow all this. But earlier, there was like, I will create a one DS-160 in the name of Anil Gupta. Then I will keep it into the save mode. Okay, book an appointment. Okay, then I'll say that okay, Mr. Mani Ravi wants to book an appointment. Then I'll change the name and everything, and then I will give this appointment to Mani Ravi. So that is how the agent used to book it.
Right. Okay.
So this is all this. But as a
Okay.
question to Ravi, yeah, Ravi, you can use that petition. Somehow something it gets wrong. Even though because your visa is expiring in a July, you don't need to book an appointment, because if you travel before expiration of your visa, you can always use your existing petition to get your I-94 extended at the port of entry. If you don't want to spend the money of $200, okay, I would suggest that you travel back to USA before expiration of your existing visa, stamped visa. You can save money on there also. And,
Yeah,
and,
but
and and you
I
don't have
need
to
to
go
get
no hassle
stamped.
into that processing visa and all the stuff. Obviously, you would have been aware about it, but just a suggestion.
Yeah, but I need to travel next year, so I need to get my stamping done. So
I would
Great.
suggest that do
Great.
not stock up right now, because in June, July, August, there are like a plenty of people gonna be there, and this is the
right,
first vacation time in Trump this scheduling. I don't want you to get stuck there. That is what my
right,
suggestion is.
right.
Okay.
So check by
Next
the
question.
time, like yeah, check the time by the time you have all these things there. If in a May you think that okay, that average processing time for this Dropbox has gone up to 4 5 weeks, then you can always cancel it and you can plan your traveling accordingly. Just unwanted
Right.
advice.
Sure.
Okay. Next question is from Mahesh Krishnan on YouTube. He's asking, have we heard anything about the domestic visa stamping? Well, there is no concrete news about it as to when they are going to start. We just know that they might start. There is no guarantee that they will start. That's what I know. Does anybody has any other extra information that they want to
No,
share?
same thing, same status.
Yeah, there is no
So
guarantee that they will do it. And
how about Tesla?
given the kind of things they're doing, I don't even expect them to
Yeah,
enable it,
they
right?
would have less people, like they already have many other things to take care. I don't know. Yeah, but only one thing is that Tesla has started to recruit people in Mumbai.
Oh, they're moving stuff there?
No, no. I think they're starting their car dealership there.
Okay.
Yeah, so they just today only they started to hire people there. So it just seems like maybe in a few months, Tesla will export some of the cars. We'll check the market, and
Uh-huh.
maybe then after that they will set up a plant and all this.
Okay. So people are going to drive Tesla in India. Have
I hope Tesla doesn't introduce the FSD there.
there?
It will
I'm
be
sure.
uh,
most bizarre.
Modi Ji
They,
and Musk met, right? So probably
yeah,
effect of Modi Musk meet.
Tesla
they
will
Yeah,
would
be
have.
confused in our signals.
yeah, Tesla will
No,
get confused.
No, Tesla will beep,
they would have
every
played.
now and then. There is no lane at all in India to first of all
Yeah,
to drive, right?
They,
Tesla develop a snake drive in
no,
India. Snake drive.
रोड पे गाय आ गई तो क्या करेगा? गाय बैठी होगी.
I don't know.
Sir, may I speak, sir?
Yeah,
May I
yeah,
speak,
Yeah,
sir?
yeah, sure.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, sir. I'm based at Chennai, and I want to renew my B1 B2 visa.
Uh-huh.
Uh, Now the issue is that after submitting the DS 160, it is not available. There is no slot available at Chennai. Only slots are available in New Delhi, but they are saying that you can drop your documents at Chennai. The whole issue is that in case there is a interview, then people have to travel to New Delhi. Uh, uh,
Right.
be- Recently, they reassigned the process in such a way that the drop boxes for a business visa is only handled at New Delhi and probably at Kolkata also.
Mhm.
Yes, right.
So that is what I just wanted to know. Anybody having such issues, or they are able to get in their own hometown VSC slots for drop boxes? Maybe H1 they
No,
may be having. I don't know, but I just wanted to
no.
know,
You
are there
can
any?
drop yeah, you can drop the documents in Chennai and they will send it to Delhi embassy. But you're right. If they decide to call you for interview, you have to go to Delhi then.
H1B holders are facing this issue for over 1 year now, where they have centralized to Chennai, and many
Yeah.
times they seek everybody to come to Chennai
No,
or Hyderabad.
I think you want to say L1, not H1, right?
No, no,
L1 is
he's in,
centralized to Chennai.
no, H1
L1,
H is centralized to Chennai for over 1 year now for Dropbox.
oh, for Dropbox, okay.
Yeah. Yes,
Okay.
and Captain Sir, your
So
B1 B2 expired.
Chennai is centralized for H, and
Yeah,
Delhi for business visa. Okay,
yeah,
that's what I
correct.
just wanted
For
to confirm.
Dropbox. But
Because I just wanted to know whether there was a technical glitch or this is the
no, no,
process
no,
now
that
being
is
adopted.
that has changed the
No,
process. But yeah, I just
yeah.
wanted to ask, and it has been over 1 year now. They ask you, when are your B1, B2 expiring or expired?
It has expired in the month of October 24.
2024. Okay. So in that case, yes, you are still eligible for Dropbox.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
have till
that,
time up to September. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
I answered
then
the
just go
query.
ahead. Yeah, go ahead and do it. See, it's like you never know, sir. You never know,
Yeah,
sir. They will invite you for interview, or they might approve it also. So it all depends. It's a personal profile, because
okay.
don't know that if you overstayed here in the US or you did something this and that, they might have. So that
Yeah,
is up to them to check it. But yeah, that is a process. So go ahead. Luckily, you are in Chennai, so you don't have to pay anything like a $1,250 rupees extra for your
uh,
passport Dropbox. So
so
people who are not in the specific filed embassy location, they have
uh,
to pay extra 1,200, 1,300 rupees to the VFS center to drop for Dropbox. So
I
you
have
have
only
that.
one doubt on that. I have to go to and drop it in Chennai on the day I got a appointment at Delhi, right?
Correct. Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
same
In
Yes.
day.
your visa appointment, there is address mentioned. So you have to be there on that particular date and time of your allotted time. They
Okay,
have all the
okay.
location details there on your appointment schedule and everything. They have everything.
So even though the appointment may show as Delhi, I can go and drop in Chennai. That's what you are
Correct,
saying,
sir.
right?
Correct, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. It's been wonderful to get this information.
Yep.
Okay,
Okay.
so you have
I have
question?
one question here. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not exactly question, but looking for the information. So
Mm-hmm.
if anybody wants to go for H1B or stamping for the interview, so do we have to go to yeah, Hyderabad embassy, or can we visit Mumbai, Delhi, or Kolkata also for interview? Any idea?
They
So
do have
direct
slots
interview.
available. Yeah, they do
So
have slots available in Mumbai, Delhi.
if you book the
Do
interview appointment directly at specific embassy, you have to go there. But if you book the Dropbox at certain embassy, but then they call you for
Hmm.
interview, you have to go there. Like if you book the Dropbox for Chennai, but you drop the documents in Delhi, but then officer decides to call you for interview, then you have to go to Chennai for interview.
okay.
They don't
Okay,
they don't
so
transfer the interview back to Delhi.
got it. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, but H1B appointments are available in Mumbai, Delhi, and Hyderabad also.
Yeah,
Interview
direct appointment.
appointment,
Yeah,
H1B interview.
interview. Karan, you
Hello,
wanted to
Anil
say
sir.
something?
No, no, there is no Anil sir. Only Anil.
Okay, Anil, thank you. So my name is Karan, and I had booked my H1B first time Dropbox appointment in November 2024 for March this year. And now because
Mhm.
the rules have changed, so I'm no longer eligible for Dropbox. My
Mhm.
question is like, I had filled up my DS 160 like in July of 2024. So do
Mhm.
we need to? And my understanding is that the DS 160 is only valid for 1 year. So like, do I need to like make an appointment like from like this today to like July, like again, like the interview appointments? Is my understanding correct?
I didn't understand your question. You have an interview appointment, right?
No, I had a Dropbox appointment, so they have said that you need to cancel the appointment and again like start the
Uh-huh.
application and get a interview appointment. So uh, Yeah, so so I had filled this DS-160 like last year, like last July, and I
It would
was
have
trying to
That's a
expired.
find an
Yeah, it would have expired. You cannot reuse that now.
s- s- okay, so I
You cannot
cannot use
use
that.
that. You cannot reuse the DS-160 now. It would have already gone now.
Okay, but my understanding was that it's for 1 year, right?
I just spoke some time ago, Karan, that if
Okay,
DS-160 has been submitted more than 30 days above, they won't be
okay,
able to track it. They will anyhow ask you to resubmit the DS-160. So better you create another DS. DS-160 is free. You can create a 1000 DS-160 on your own. You don't need to pay fees for that.
okay. So should I retrieve the old DS-160 and again fill the new DS-160, or should I fill the new DS-160 like completely new?
Uh, Data's not gonna change, right? This is not your
No.
resume that you
no, no.
customize it based on the job profile. The details
Okay,
they're gonna ask you where did you live on this and this time and where were. So that is it.
right.
So even if you
So
forgo, yeah, even if you don't remember what was it 5 years ago, information gonna remain the same, right?
right.
So
Okay.
one information that I got today was there was one guy who just went to the visa appointment site, canceled his Dropbox, and then he was able to rebook it using the same DS-160. So you can try that first on visa appointment site. If it
But even in
works,
that
or
case, Anil, even in that
Mhm.
case, this guy he has submitted the DS-160 more than 30 days before his actual appointment, whatever appointment he will get.
Uh-huh.
So
Correct.
anyhow, at the time of an interview, these people will again come out with it. This is not valid. We cannot track and this and that.
So
So
he can take the new DS-160 with him.
yeah,
That's not a
correct.
problem.
Yeah, yeah. So it's better to, and current don't submit your DS-160 until a week before your appointment date. Okay. You can
Okay.
create your DS-160. I just told some time ago, but again telling it for the benefit of you that create DS-160, do not do the final submission, and keep on opening the DS-160 at every 3 weeks. They will ask you some security question which you have to set it up, right? When you create a new DS-160. Use
Right.
that
Yeah.
security questions to open a DS-160 at every 3 weeks.
Okay.
And one more information that guy shared with me was because he was rebooking the appointment, the fees had changed because of the exchange rate. It was showing him that he has to pay 6,000 extra, but when he actually clicked and went on to book the appointment, they allowed him to book it without paying the extra money because he already had the appointment.
Yeah.
That is one thing. Yeah, don't pay and try booking it with the old fees itself.
And cancel your appointment only if you have received the cancellation request from embassy for your appointment. Otherwise, if you cancel it, they'll say, okay, because you already booked one appointment and you are canceling it, you have to pay the fees again. So current, make it sure that you have received that email.
Okay, so I actually called the like US service visa support and then they said it. So should I have it like
Get a confirmation
confirmation?
from them that, okay,
Okay.
are you sure that I have? Because you never know. If you cancel it, because as
Okay.
per the new rule, you are allowed to use only one time of your fees.
Okay,
Yeah.
got
Your
it.
fees,
Yeah.
yeah. So make
And
it sure
Okay.
that.
I don't think they're sending the email for the Dropbox thing.
No,
They are
they are
just
sending
asking.
it. No, they're sending it. I have seen some email. Someone has kept the screenshot on somewhere.
Okay, I'll
Okay,
email
maybe.
them and then once they come back saying that okay, you need to cancel it, that will be as a
Yeah.
proof for my thing.
And you
Okay.
said
Yeah.
it is your first time stamping,
Yeah,
or you
it's
not
my
even
first time.
Dropbox,
Uh,
you are in a
I
US
had
and
change of status from F1 to H1B like from October
understood.
2023.
Understood. That's why. That's look,
Yeah.
I thought you are in India and you got a first time Dropbox.
No, no.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
And good luck if you find the slots for appointment.
Yeah, I mean, like even for this slot that I found, I had filled my DS-160 in July of 2024, and I wanted to go in November, December, but I did not get any slots. So back in November or December, I found one for March, and then this thing happened. So very difficult to get one slot.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
difficult. I agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
there is. I'll take the questions that I got on Twitter this week. I collected them. And
Okay,
I
thank.
answered them on I answered them on Twitter as well, but it will be good to have opinion of more people here. This was the first question. Is the new Dropbox rule applicable for already booked appointments for H1B extensions? I think we already discussed it in the earlier part of the call where it's applicable for all type of visa appointments, Dropbox, and it doesn't matter when you booked it. If you're not eligible as per the new rule, on the day of dropping the documents, you have to book the interview appointment. Anybody wants to add anything, they can add now. Okay, I think we're good. This is the second question. I see different people in X stating that they can sue the federal government for H1B due to this bill. That way, the federal government can ban visas to India completely. So, just wanted to be clear about the Lake and Riley Act that passed both chambers of the Congress. Does it impact H1B and H4 visa holders indirectly? As per my information, the bill passed and it has become the law. They removed the H1B specific rules from the bill before it passed. But then this rule that they can block all visas from a specific country is still there. So if a state gets to a point where they want to block, for example, India, to issue any kind of US visa, yes, they can do it. But it is very, very difficult. I don't see that they will take this drastic step without thinking 10 times. But yes, as per the Lake and Riley Act, they can do it effectively. They can. So anybody has any other information or they want to share their point of view on this Lake and Riley Act? Because the Act has this provision that if even for small kinds of non-felony acts of I think civil acts or what like shoplifting and other kind of crimes have been added to that list, and they can stop ask the federal government to stop issuing visas to people from that country. That's what I understood. Does anybody has any other information?
I don't know if that is, but that is a valid reason for discrimination. You cannot stereotype ethnicity based on a couple of incidents,
Yeah, but
isn't it?
the yeah, all those things were discussed, and federal government is also, I think, challenging this,
Yeah.
but they have passed the law, so technically
And
they can go to that length.
is it like already we are getting impacted by our parents' decision not to give us a birth outside India. Now we have to also take care about like other people doing some felony.
Yeah, and for one specific person who committed the crime, they'll block the full country.
Yeah, that. Thank God, I don't know why, but like in that case, if that is a true, then I don't know. I don't want to give the name of specific countries, but just
Yeah, but yeah, but look, I don't think they will go to that extent for specifically for India. I don't think that's going to happen that easily. So
yeah, I know.
they
Like
should.
that is gonna be like this. Those decisions can be just a act of stupidity in that case. I mean, why would
Yeah.
you do that?
Okay.
Sir,
This
one
this
point I
question.
want to say on this birthright citizenship, the first babies will be born in the next 4 to 5 days. So currently, some states have courts have given injunction. In some, the hearing is yet to take place. I made a post also on this today, uh, and I read the defense. The United States government has given the defense to the court. They have specifically included uh, temporary workers. They're temporary workers and illegal. They have said both. I was expecting them to differentiate the temporary worker status from illegal, but they have put them in the same sort of category and defended very strongly about that. There's actually an injustice against Indians only, comparatively, because the Indians won't get the green card for quite some time. So it's a definite discrimination. But I thought the courts will recognize the difference between an illegal immigrant and a lawfully present immigrant, lawfully present temporary worker who has spent
Executive
more than.
order, executive order does not specify about that. So court cannot recommend, okay, what the execute modification to the executive order. Either court will say that, okay, we can approve this executive order or we cannot. I don't think so. Here, the judiciary system supports that. That these are the some suggestions which you can do. Is some strike off these and that. Maybe we can do bargain. I don't know if you have checked that one of the tweet by Donald Trump yesterday. He clearly said the 14th Amendment doesn't like grant city. It was a time of the time of like this worker and all these slaves and everything. This was granted, but it cannot be the law for everybody. Okay. So if basis on this, obviously the government gonna pursue their arguments in the court, okay, wherever this case is being heard, okay, and taken care. So I don't know what is it, but like as I said that, I don't think so. Executive order going to. Yes, if that hold, everything gets strikes off and court says no, no, no. Maybe in that case, executive order they. But currently, the executive does not order does not define it illegal and the temporary workers. It just says anybody without green card or U.S. citizenship. That's it. It is you and me who are deriving illegals and temporary workers out of it. Okay, but otherwise it is does not even say that in executive that illegals and all these things should not. So
I think it says, actually, if we read it.
agree it says, but like it does not specify like it. So I don't think
No,
so.
it
Court
says
will grant.
they and people on temporary. It says very clearly, like those who come on student and all that. There's very clearly it says.
Yeah.
Anyway, the thing
So
is that next 4 to 5 days, when the babies are born, whether the authorities are going to issue them the automatic citizenship or
They
they are
are
going to. That is
they are
going to be
going
a
to,
challenge.
because courts have added the nationwide. They have put a stay on that order, the executive order, nationwide. So situation will remain as it is for the time being. So kids born in US will get the citizenship. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, hopefully. Just it's a general statement only. I read the
Okay.
U.S. government response to the Santa Clara County Court, and
Mhm.
their arguments are also equally very strong. They quoted a lot of law points and all that. So it's not going to be very easy for every judge to stop the executive order. Yeah, it is possible that one of the courts may in fact, I agree on the executive order. Then there will be a dichotomy. It will go to the Supreme Court and all that. But basically, uncertainty will be there because the bureaucrats may delay the issuing the passports and all for the new kids. So there's a lot of again only the
no, no,
sad part
no.
is that.
That is this is not a valid argument that passport and all the stuff. Remember, most of the countries, like let's say that we have a, like a largest Indian community outside India is like in some Gulf countries where they don't issue citizenship. And there also kids are born every year. Thousands of kids are born every year. And there is not at all logistical issue. Good thing is here in the US, minor kids they do not accrue the illegal status or like I say out of status issues in the visa. So let's do not and that is a totally invalid argument that logistically or this is a passport. No, no. Everywhere, Gulf countries, we have Saudi Arabia, you take it, Kuwait, UAE. There are so many kids are born to Indian families, and not in Indian, but like all other community,
Sir,
whatever
you
from
please
the.
don't understand. I think you have not understood my point. I'll just again reasonably say, suppose there are two people, three people who join Tesla on the same day. H1B, one from India, one from Turkey, and one from Pakistan, let's say. The Indian is not going to, because of GC backlog, he is going to remain a
Yes.
temporary worker. The others are going to get that. And
Yeah.
therefore, there is a definite discrimination because there is whether we agree or not, the automatic citizenship is a lollipop. Many people, those who go there also, they would like to have a better life for their children.
No, 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 sir. Understand. I agree with you. That has been an issue. But like people who are on H1B, they do not give a birth to kids to get a citizenship. That is not a valid argument. I'm saying it. Understand?
Th- That
And
is your
see, for those,
your
yeah.
point, which I totally disagree.
No, 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 sir. So no, no, you are not taking it the way. You're taking, see, it's like here, because we are here on a long-term purpose and everything, that is how we don't travel for a giving a birth. And then let's see, in Gulf countries also, kids, they do not make their, wife and spouse to travel to India just to give a birth, okay, to the babies, because they are here, they're on the long-term visas and other thing.
Sir,
Here,
you
good
are
thing
not
is that
understood the whole thing. There are two
I, then
sides.
I
One is,
understand, sir, that
please, sir,
everybody
give
else
me a
is get
minute.
a citizenship.
Give me a minute. One is citizenship by blood and citizenship by place of birth. Okay, there are the world because of the North American specific history. This continent is mostly citizenship acquired by the place of birth. Okay, so that is the reason. In Gulf, if that was the case and Indians are discriminated, definitely we will talk about it. Where there is not there, you cannot compare that with where it is there, and only one country is discriminated and say it is not logical. That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah, I think you have a valid point here. Yes, but the crux of the matter is, I think it is on stay, and it will most probably go to Supreme Court. And I think they want it to go to Supreme Court intentionally. That's why they added those kind of specific executive orders. And I'm pretty sure they would have expected it to be blocked, and then they were ready with the arguments. And let's see what happens because they have triggered it, so it will go somewhere.
Hey,
Anybody else has any question, or we can
yeah,
move forward?
I have one question out of topic. So,
Mhm.
anyone from this group went to Barbados for H1B stamping? Any feedback,
Ah,
suggestion?
Barbados. Who goes Barbados for H1B stamping? I've never heard about anyone. But you can go to any country and apply for
Yeah,
H1B
yeah,
there.
because for Indians, we don't need any visa to
No,
Barbados.
no.
Okay.
No, Neil, you cannot go to, like, you have to check with those countries, if they allow third part, I mean,
No,
the
no.
third
So,
country national to apply
no.
for this. There are
Yeah.
different
So
types of visa. Some countries allow it, some countries do not allow some categories of
no, no,
visa.
so it's not country wise, it is embassy wise. So each embassy can have the rules about the third country national. For example,
Yeah.
not all embassies in Mexico block it, but some embassies can say that, okay, we will not allow H1Bs because we don't have the bandwidth to check the credentials. So, but any country you can go and apply for any US visa if that specific embassy is not blocking it explicitly.
Yeah, I checked in Reddit and I also booked appointment. I got the appointment in May. So I thought
Uh-huh.
someone in this group already went because uh, I live in
Yeah.
Orlando. So people in this coast, most of them go to these Caribbean islands or Mexico.
Yeah, if they have allowed you and given you the appointment, you should be fine.
Yeah,
Any kind of problem?
they're just checking if there is any feedback session. So
No, 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 nothing. It's going to be normal. Don't worry.
okay, yeah,
Everywhere.
even
I've myself got acquired, visa from Japan, Australia, everywhere.
okay.
In fact, my family got the Dropbox eligibility in Australia, and we were surprised that they got it there.
Nice. Yes, I see some good reviews in Reddit. So yeah,
Okay, then let's
Uh,
move on to the next one. You
I
have
had a
anybody want?
question if you are.
Yeah, go
Yes.
ahead.
Yeah, me and my wife both are on F1 visa. My wife changed her status from F2 to F1 in like last year, July or August. So we are thinking of going to India this summer and get her F1 stamped. Um, like I know there could be some issues with that, like interviews and all. Just wanted to see if that's something is you see as a problem, and this is like if in case that visa or the F1 stamping issues there, can she come back on F2 now that she's currently on F1 status? But if we move back to the F2, is it possible to get is there any problem with that?
I'm not sure I understand the question correctly. You both are on F status in US.
Yeah, yeah, F1, me, but I have like stamped it on my visa, sorry, passport, but my wife,
Mhm.
her visa is not stamped. She just basically changed the status while here in being in the US.
So she
And
changed it to F2.
F1, sorry, F2 to F1.
He changed. So
I
you
I
both
can
are on
answer on
F1.
that. I can answer on that. I don't know what is the name, but see, this is
Hmm.
again a individual profile to profile case. So let's say there is some problem in terms of getting a visa, stamped visa. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the you cannot you cannot leave your application in a process at embassy. Okay. For example, let's say they deny
Okay.
F1 visa on the face. That's okay. I'm not approving an F1 visa.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, yes, she can come back on F2 visa. There might be some additional questions at the port of entry and a couple of things, but it all depends upon how individual is handling those questions.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is a part one. Secondly, let's say there is a 221G issue and some additional documentation information and all the things is required. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
that means your application is under process at embassy. Either and let's say they return the passport also.
Okay.
Okay. You cannot leave that application in process and you cannot travel back on, let's say, I want to travel back on F2 visa.
I see.
You have to get a complete decision from your application. Okay. Neither approved or denied based
Mm-hmm.
on that. So that is it. Now, at the time
So,
of port of
so
entry,
no, no,
yeah.
wait. I would like to ask one question. Do you know any case? Because I know one case where they entered the US using H4 while H1B was pending in India. So they were allowed, they came back, and H4 came back to US. And when the H1B Form 221G processing was completed, the embassy asked to submit the passport in India, and they went back and got the stamping done. So I think they allow.
As far as I know, you cannot, like, when your application is under process, that is what my assumption is, you
No, you
cannot enter back in
so
a USA
no, you
because
can
they are still
because
deciding.
you cannot use that visa type. If you have any other visa type like H4, F1, or B1, B2, you can certainly come back. Why?
Okay.
Because it's a valid approved visa. Yeah, I know one
Yeah,
case
but
that
it's
happened.
the same category of same, it's a F visa.
It doesn't matter because every visa type is different. You can have multiple visas stamped in your passport, and at
Yes.
the time of entry, you tell them which status you want. And if that status is approved and not in any limbo status like you mentioned, it is pending or something, then they can allow you entry.
Okay,
Based
then I
because
might
those
be, yeah.
yeah, because
In that
someone
case, I might be wrong. But as far as I know that if something is under process, it is not advisable to use another visa, okay, to enter back into the US
no.
because
So why I know this is
everything.
because during COVID, a lot of people faced problems with H1B. So what they did was they used H4 visa if they had it to enter the US and then applied for change of status to H1B within the US and they withdrew their embassy application. Someone is, I think, have background noise. Does it answer your question for
Yeah, yeah,
F1, F?
it does. Again, I think we are like she's pretty confident on F1 only, but with the current environment, We just want to be double sure. And
Yeah,
even
You
if
if
take the
she,
fear out. Take the fear out that is the current administration, everything. No. If your profile
yeah,
is you're genuine, then you don't need to worry about all these things.
I
yeah,
see. Yeah, thanks a lot, Anil and Bakar already for
and
your
see,
response.
and we are not attorneys, okay? This is not a legal advice. So if you
Oh
want to
yeah,
talk to, if you want to talk to an attorney, you should, okay? If you
yeah,
feel
yeah.
that,
We did like a small consultation, and they were also
yeah,
okay. But yeah, thanks a lot.
okay. So did the answers match? Did we pass on your test, attorney
Oh
test?
yeah, yeah. Yes, it did. But their general suggestion was these days we are not getting huge success there, but there's nothing illegal in it, as in,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I know one specific guy who called me for this specific situation where his H1B was pending in India, but they
Mm,
wanted to come back urgently. And his wife came back to US on H4. And then later, I think about after 3 months, embassy called, embassy emailed to submit the passport for H1B stamping. So that has happened. That's how I know it, that
I
they
see.
did it,
I
right?
see.
So, but the only condition is they should not cancel that visa or invalidate it. So they usually just invalidate the same type of visa in your passport if they have to. They don't cancel the other ones.
I
They,
see.
they,
Okay.
they cancel the other type of visas like maybe F1 or B1 or B2, some other category, only if they think that your profile has problem or some security, national security issues you have
Mm,
with your profile. Then they can cancel all visas in your passport so that you have no way to enter the US. You understand?
yeah, yeah. Got it.
Right. So I think you can take that risk. I don't see any issue. As Bakarwadi has also said, no need to have fear.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, no,
Thanks a lot, guys.
yeah, you're welcome.
Yep.
Anybody else wants to speak about it? Or I can move on to the next question that I have in my kitty. Okay, here is the next question. So this guy traveled to Canada and he had the H1B status in USA, but then he went to Canada and at the airport, the CBP officer gave him the F1 status instead of H1B. So he's asking, how do I go back to H1B? Because he wants to be an H1B and not F1. So my suggestion to this question was that the only way it is possible is to file H1B change of status now or go out of US and use the H1B visa stamp to enter the US and get the H1B status. That is what my understanding is because he has to change the status. There is nothing wrong in his I-94. So if there is something wrong with the I-94, then you can ask CBP to correct it. But this is not the correction case. This is a change of status case now.
No, I replied, on that post. See, it's like this is, I think CBP officer had made a mistake. So first of all, we also, the guy also need to check that when he traveled, if it is a more than few months, then I would suggest that get a confirmation also from CBC. But like, he can go to the nearest CBP office and provide all the information and documentation that he needs to use this, but like somehow they use different status and get it corrected. So they can make that and corrected
No,
correction
no,
also.
I
Yeah,
would
yeah,
disagree. They
yeah, you
cannot
can do
change
that.
the status. No,
No, they can
I
change the status.
no. Matlab, I disagree with that point. But if you have seen it, then maybe
Yeah, because
that's
yeah,
but
this is
I don't
typically
think so.
correction, right? This is typically correction
No,
because
so
this
what?
person does not have any valid status of F1.
No, but how did he give the F1 status then
That is what it
without
is. So
the F?
somehow they made a mistake.
No. So he probably had F1 visa stamped, and they gave him F1 visa based on that visa, and then he should have told the visa officer that I want H1B, not F1, which he missed. That's what I understand has happened. Because visa officer cannot give the F1 status without having the F1 visa there. in his passport. What is the basis of it, right? He would have been probably stopped by the system that he doesn't even have F1 visa. That is what my understanding is because I don't know more information about this case, but that's all that this person has written. So his status is F1, and as far as I know, whenever you go to local CBP offices, they tell you that we cannot change the status. You request it from USCIS by filing Form I-539, and then you will get the status that you want. They don't really change it. Even after the passport expiry, they don't extend it. They will just say that file extension with USCIS or go out and get it. That's what I understand. Maybe there is something more to this situation that this person has not shared with us. But yeah, next question. What is the wait time for EB5? Is it possible to file EB5 if you are on H1B? Do we have any trusted path to reach out to the EB5? So yes, the answer is if you are on H1B, yes, you can file EB5. It is possible. You just need to have money in your pocket. And there is no trusted path. You have to find the trusted path yourself. There are various groups, telegrams, and stuff like that. So first you make up your mind that you want to file EB5 by understanding what EB5 is and what kind of risks you have. And then if you have found some, like if you have narrowed down to a couple of projects, two, three projects, then you can find the WhatsApp groups where people are analyzing those projects. That's the right way to do it. If you just simply straight away jump into some WhatsApp group without having EB5 knowledge or whether you are ready to even consider EB5, then it's going to be very, very demotivating for you straight away. So my suggestion is first understand what EB5 is. If you are ready for EB5, if you are ready to invest that kind of money and still sleep well without having sleepless nights, then go ahead and you can keep in touch. I keep sharing a lot of groups and other stuff that you can use for EB5. But you can send me messages as well. I do share the groups based on which project you are looking into, and I can help you there. Next question is, it's been really challenging to find H1B visa appointments in India, as you know. Do you happen to know any other countries that are relatively easier to get H1B visa renewal stamped? Canada, Mexico, or London? Would love to hear if you have any data points on this topic. Anybody wants to take this question? This is pretty simple, I guess. My preference would be Mexico. And yes, you can get H1B visa appointment anywhere except India very easily. India is the most difficult, I would say. As far as I know, maybe someone else has a different experience if they want to share. We have a couple of, I think, five speakers. Anybody has an experience or they have an opinion they want to share?
Yeah, I would suggest Mexico. It's pretty easy
Yeah,
because
I would also. So
yeah,
two votes for Mexico.
yep.
Mexico is in fact much better than India, isn't it? I found it very, in fact,
And
more developed than India, to be
yeah,
frank.
the only issue is paying the visa fees where you have to use the agents, their local agents,
Yeah,
to pay the visa
yeah,
fees. Otherwise, everything is fine.
yeah, exactly. And they give the passport pretty fast too, right? Some embassies even give the same day.
Do you know
Yes.
like what is the
Yep.
latest what is the latest date available for interview in Mexico?
Today I was talking to one of the guy, and he was seeing the date of day after tomorrow. Just like, yep,
And I think
it's
is
very
there an
fast.
option? Looks like there is an option, right, that we can pay the fees there also at the time of interview. Is that not true?
No, no, no. So
No.
they only accept
Somebody has
fees
to
in
go to that
cash.
bank there.
Yeah, exactly. They only accept cash. So there are agents here, they see agents. You can contact them. They charge like 50, $60 service fee.
Are they
Uh,
genuine?
Yeah,
Genuinely. They're genuine.
I
I
have used
have
it.
in
Maybe I
fact.
don't know. Yeah, so Anil or Jess, maybe I don't know if you guys have used it. Maybe
I
if
have
you
used
can
it.
give me,
Yeah.
yeah, if you
Uh,
Actually,
can,
there is a group. I will give you. And there is a whole group.
Yeah, maybe you can
Who
DM me. Yeah,
Yeah.
that should be great. Yeah.
Yes. I also
Yeah,
refer
because I
that
was
guy.
also checking, that I think Akhil or someone talk about the Barbados, right? I also going through that one. Okay. And but I don't know, see then what are the dates available there. I could not find it. So maybe I
Um,
don't know, maybe
Mexico,
let's
Mexico is easy. If you are thinking about it, then I would
and
also
which
suggest
embassy is
Mexico.
Mexico City itself
Mexico
or
City is better. Mexico City
Mexico
is
City?
better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but
I
for
want to
Anyways,
Mexico,
add this question since we are discussing this topic. So we'll go for stamping only after our current H1B has expired, correct?
no, you
or
can go anytime.
like how about someone who was on a different visa and then are they also allowing it, or is it like only allowing for us like from H1B to H1B only? If someone, for example, like this, there was a guy, right, who was asking about the F2 also. Can that guy can also go to F2 to F1 or something? I don't know because I know some people ask me, but like I was never sure. I know that they allow only for third country national from the same category of a visa. Or is that true or is it not true?
Not aware. I'm not 100% sure because my experience is limited for only like H1B.
Yeah.
So can't say anything.
But I think for interview, they should not be worried, right? They can allow anybody, right? Or no? For third country.
Yeah, technically they should allow it. But again, not sure.
Mm.
Sorry, I was speaking on mute. Yes, change of status stamping is allowed. See, in Mexico, the thing is, some of the embassies have created their own rules for country nationals. So not every embassy in the Mexico have the same rule. So usually the border ones are more strict. The ones that are located near the border, they have some strict rules. But if you go inside, like Mexico City, or there is one on their, I think, east or west coast, that
I
is
don't know.
also very
Google
popular.
says that, I don't know, as on September 3rd, all US consulate in Mexico stopped accepting visa applicant from third country nationals.
No, no, no. I know this guy who does this Mexico thing. He's an agent. I refer him most of the time.
Name
So
is Venkat.
yeah, Venkat, yeah. So it's the same guy. He's a big shot now.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe give me details. I know I heard about this guy, but maybe.
Yeah, he's very nice, and I've spoken to him multiple times. He's nice, and he's doing it. I
But I
think
don't
he,
like if I mean, let's say if your US dreams are shattered, and I know there are many jobs also available in Mexico. Many Indian companies are also there. You know that if you're
yeah,
making a more than $100,000 in the US, you can get a permanent
yeah,
residency in Mexico.
yes, yeah. You
And that
can
is
get
also in
it.
a one day. You can go
Is
to
it?
Yes,
embassy. Yeah, you can go
yeah,
to embassy, provide all the
yeah,
information, and they'll issue a PR.
yeah. That's true. But what will you do? Well, it's a nice place though. If you don't go to the wild areas, other
Yeah, those city areas and couple of other places are, but only Mexico City is a kind of a like not safe, but
yeah,
like you'll feel like you are in maybe Chicago or New York somewhere, like those
yeah,
city area, like downtown area. It's such a
Mexico
secure.
City is very safe. Mexico City is very safe, which
right,
is the capital,
right.
and
Yeah,
everything was
but
safe.
like
Yeah. In fact,
yeah,
I went to Mexico City for a project, and I used to walk there to office. And office was like half an hour walk away.
yeah.
It was pretty nice. And they used to think that why am I not speaking Spanish?
That is true. And then this is an alternative. Like the people who are not getting a Canadian PR, they can get a
Uh-huh.
Mexico PR and then get a Mexican citizenship, then can get a TN visa because Mexico is
Right,
also
right,
part of the TN visa.
right,
That's good.
right. Yeah. And if you have Mexican PR, then you will be eligible for Dropbox as well there.
Yeah, once you're the Mexican PR, then yeah, yeah. But then again, Mexican PR to citizenship, again, they need a residency rule is there, just like a Canadian PR and US green card
Uh-huh.
applicant. So there's some
Hmm.
residency criteria. But like as I say that, That is also another option, that if you don't want to get stuck with this thing, and then you have also TN visa, but you cannot go through the Canadian option, then you can use this Mexican route also.
Right.
Just
Uh,
out of the box, yeah.
okay. So we got three Mexico. Yes, right. So you got the answer there.
Can I
Okay.
ask a
Next.
question on Mexico stamping?
Yes, go ahead. Let me reverse the question. Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
so if I go to Mexico for H1B stamp, my last stamp was about 8 years ago.
Mhm.
So is there any chance they can route me back to the US consulate in India?
They can always route you to India. Okay. There is no
No, no,
guarantee. It
no,
depends
no,
on
no,
the
no,
visa officer.
no, 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 that is not. I think no, they cannot route you for. They will either approve it or they will reject it. That's it.
No, they
Embassy
can.
people.
So they can. So what happened recently with one guy in Canada was they gave him form 222G and they asked him to appear specifically in an India-based US embassy to get the visa stamp. So basically what happened was that person overstayed his I-94 in US and then went to Canada for stamping. But then a US embassy in Canada said that because you have violated your stay, you have a violation on your name, we are not issuing the visa here. They issued Form 22G, which is a denial. But it means that you cannot appear for interview anywhere else in the world except your home country. So they can technically issue that. The visa officer has that kind of power. So yes, but unless you have some kind of thing in your profile that would trigger that, I wouldn't expect it. So
Yeah,
I'm
the
I
reason I'm asking is I know three guys who went to Port of Spain, Caribbean islands in 2018 to get an
yeah.
H1B visa stamp, and they were
Uh-huh.
all in good standing, but they were routed to US consulate in India. They couldn't get
Yeah.
it.
So right, yeah. So I agree they can do it. And if visa officer has this opinion that you should go back to India, because see, it can happen for various reasons, whether he doesn't have the information or there is some kind of system that flag that has popped up in his system with respect to the security aspect of your profile, then yes, they usually do that.
Okay, so there is always that 10% chance.
Not 10%, I would say 1% chance is always there. But see,
Okay,
if you have some kind of violation that was on record, like in this case, I told you he overstayed the I-94. Okay.
I
So
see.
that was a very clear violation. So in that case, his chance was 50-50 that he will be forced to go back to his country. Okay, but in your case, there is no such violation. So I would say the chance is just 1%. But
Yeah.
yes, they
The
technically they
only
can
the
force.
only issue is my stamp is very old, 8 years old.
That should not be an issue.
Okay,
See, stamping is only needed to enter the US. After that, there is no legal requirement to it to get
right.
it, unless you have to travel outside US. I don't see any issue personally, but maybe you want to talk to an attorney and get a legal opinion about it. Maybe or
Sure,
someone else may have other experience, like Bakarwadi was having his opinion. So it depends. Maybe
sure,
it
No, I
varies
mean,
from
it's
people
again
to
a
people.
case to case basis. Like, these are some personalized questions. Nobody can answer on that. About your 8 years stamping, yeah, it does not have anything to do with it. Okay, it's about like after 8 years, what you have done here in the US, basis on which they might ask for that we do not know. But otherwise, if your stamp is 8 years old or something, it has technically it is totally okay.
Yeah. Does
thanks.
it help?
Thank you. Yeah.
Let's see the next question. Uh, can you switch from H4 to H1B with an approved I-140 prior to date 2015 if your last H1B was selected in lottery more than 15 years ago, 2009? I have been on H1B since 2009 when it was pegged in lottery. However, I am planning to move to H4 for a year or so and then jump back to H1B. Will I be cap exempt when switching to H1B? My opinion is that yes, as long as you have I-140 approved, you can switch back to H1B anytime. It doesn't matter. I-140 stays till you are alive and your company is ready to sponsor you for the green card in future whenever the date gets current. So you should be fine. This is like carrot they have given you in US.
But I
So
just wonder, like, if it is 2009, then I don't know when was I-140 approved. Because currently, that I think it might become
2015,
current 2015 that for the sixth year it got approved. But then
yeah,
I think
his
there are
prior,
maybe like eight, yeah, 8, 10 years still left. Yeah, 8, 10 years
his
still left.
priority date, yeah, his priority date is March 2015. So
Yeah,
PAM was
maybe
filed probably in 2015, right?
yeah, in that case, maybe there are still 8, 10 years left for the date to become current. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that is fine. Yeah. You can
Yeah,
always use your I-1 approved I-140 to get H1B again. That's fine.
right. Yeah, no issues, right?
Yeah.
Next question is my EV to India PD is 11th of March 2015. When do you think it will be current? Well, my thinking doesn't matter here, but that's what I use the calculator for. And it's up to you to believe the calculator or not. But calculator says December 2028. I will just give and take maybe plus 2 months here and there. And this is pretty reasonable, I would say. But take it with a pinch of salt. It can take much more time as well if they add more issues or waste more green cards in next 4 years. So it everything can change from month to month. But anybody else has any other opinion that they want to share, or any other way to estimate the green card dates? Okay, I guess I got the answer. The next question is, saw your video on Dropbox rule change. I'm on H1B, but I have not stamped the visa on my passport. Just got picked in the lottery in 2023. My visa validity is until 2026. I'm wondering if I have to get the company to sponsor me for green card. They seem tight now or plan to get my visa renewed in India. I don't really understand what he's trying to ask here. Anybody wants to answer that? It's on my screen. I don't know if you can see my screen or not. I'm
Uh,
on H1B, but I have not stamped the visa on my passport. I think this person is actually in US and he's on H1B visa, and he's just asking his employer to file his I-140 as early as possible, right? So that he can travel. Uh, I think
I-140
if he
approval. I-140
is
approval
it
anyhow will gonna take a 3, 4 years based on this current timeline because perm is taking a 15 months to 18 months nowadays. It will go to 2 years timeline based on the current manpower issue. But yeah, it
right?
has to
So
nothing to do with H1B stamping. As far
yes,
as is concerned, like he has to go for stamping only because since it's the
right.
first time, so obviously there is no previous same category visa. So this person has
So
to go for stamping in India.
yeah, but I think his concern is that can he extend visa beyond 6 years, or he has to go and get the visa stamp. So if he doesn't want to travel, he can still get the seventh year extension if he has the pump pending or I-140 approved, right? There's no need for visa at all if he doesn't want to travel. I think that's what he was trying to ask. Okay, that's all the questions from my side that I collected.
I mean, there are people from the rest of the world. They come here on student visa, and then four
Mhm.
years they go back with a green card in the hand.
Yeah, right. That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unlike us.
Okay. I have one question from YouTube. He's saying Sandeep is asking, has Delhi, uh, what is the question? I missed it. Here it is. Has Delhi any availability for visa interview soon? I check portal every day for 1 week but could not find one. I had to book fingerprint in Chennai and H1B visa interview in Hyderabad. Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, there is no way to guess where we will get the appointment. So I don't know. You have to just keep checking Delhi's appointments. If you get it, then you may be able to change it. But I don't have any information about it. It keeps
You're lucky.
changing. As
Yeah,
some people
yeah,
suggested
he's
that,
lucky to visit two cities, right?
yeah, pan India tour.
Yeah,
Right. Okay, next
yeah.
question. Yeah, so Shalini is, I think, responding to the discussion that we had. If you get a multiple visa, she says that her friend got both H4 and H1B visa. Yeah, that's possible. Thank you for sharing.
Question,
Okay.
Anil. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
I can
so
hear
I
you.
have a stamped H1 on my passport and I got an approval for an extension starting from July. So if I want to enter this country back after July, I have to get a new visa stamped, correct?
Oh, sorry, come again. I missed that part. Can you please repeat?
So I have a visa till July 1st, okay, say July 1st, but I already got my extension approved from July 1st, 2025 to 2028.
Uh-huh.
So if I want to leave this country in say June and come back in July, I have to get my visa stamped, correct?
If you're on the day of entry, you don't have a valid visa stamp, then yes, you will need a new visa stamp. But as
Okay,
long as you, let's say you enter today and your visa is valid to, till tonight midnight, you are fine to enter. They will
okay,
allow you.
okay. And do I need to, and if I say don't leave the country for the next couple of years, do I still need to get my I-94 extended?
I-94 extension is always required. You cannot ignore I-94.
So how do
So
I get that
when
extended?
It is already extended for you up to 2028.
Because of the new approval.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So when you get your approval, so if it is I-797A, that means your visa has been extended. Okay, you don't have to. And when it's a 797B, that means you have to get your visa stamp. So if you are
yeah,
Okay.
I-797A in the bottom, there is I-94 extension is there. Online
Okay.
I-94 will not get changed, okay? Online
Okay.
I-94 will get changed only when you enter and exit the
Enter the
country.
country. Okay, got it. Got it.
Yeah.
So I'm okay till 2028 if I'm not leaving the country at all.
Yes.
Got it. Thank you.
so basically, instead of checking the stock market every day, check your I-94 every day so that you make sure that it is valid. Because the day I-94 expires, then the problem starts happening automatically.
Everybody's of your family, like if your spouse, kids.
Yeah, right.
And I would also suggest that I don't know, create your USCIS account, add your all the previous petitions, maybe 765 EAD cards, your spouse EAD card, your H1Bs, your H4, your I-140, everything online there, and create an alert on everything. So if somehow anyone revokes your application, you get an email or text message immediately. Always do that also.
Yep. Always keep your I-94
And
updated.
that will be also better way of,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
but I,
And that is also better way of tracking all your petition in one go. At least you remember those petition numbers. So create a USCIS account, add all your previous case in there
okay.
and set up
Uh,
an alert.
yeah. I think I don't have any more questions. Anything about Dropbox rules or anything that anybody wants to ask before we close for today? It's already more than 2 hours. I thought I will finish in 1 hour today, but it has again taken the discussion 2 hours. It seems we enjoy these discussions. I see a lot of people have stayed for the whole thing. I think Big Bull joined as a first person today, and he's still here. Thank you, Big Bull, and thank you, Bakarwadi. Yes, Smriti, you want to say something?
Uh, yeah, so if it's not too late, I had a quick question.
No,
Um,
please go ahead.
so my question is, if say I am on H4 and
Mhm,
my H1 spouse has some overseas project
mhm,
for maybe like a year or more, maybe
uh-huh.
around a year, can I still stay in the US on H4?
Uh, my suggestion is to not stay. If it
Okay.
is a it's a long-term project. This 6 weeks, 8 weeks, H1B outside USA is fine. But if it is, I mean, usually there is no, black and white rule for it, to
No,
be
no, there is a
frank.
black and
Okay.
white rule, Anil. There is a black and white rule.
And
If
what is
your
that rule?
spouse, yeah, if your spouse is not paid in the US, okay,
Mhm,
for 60 days, that means your spouse is
mhm,
out of status. In your case, your spouse
Oh,
is already outside the US. Okay, so
mhm.
he's not paid for 2 months when he's in the US, while plus he's not in the US and plus he's not getting paid in the US.
Yeah,
okay.
Okay,
I guess yes. That should be
that
the
is yeah,
yardstick.
yeah, that is
Got
a
it.
legal way of saying it. You
Yeah,
cannot
Okay.
stay.
I agree. That's a very good definition.
So in that case, actually the reason I'm asking is I'm not on H4. I'm on
Mhm.
H1, but I'm considering moving to H4. And so that's why I was wondering if that happens, can I still stay here because my kids
No,
are here?
So,
no.
Um,
but one thing is your primary H1B still getting salary in USA or not?
oh, that's a good question.
Because
I
that's what
think
Bakarwadi said that
yes.
if the
Yeah, they will
payroll
be.
stops, yeah. So there are
Okay.
two
No,
scenarios.
that is criteria one, but again, for the work visa, that person has to be I-94 also needs to be linked that way. So there are
Right.
two things are there.
Yeah. So
Okay. So
that's what I was trying to say. There are two scenarios. One
Mm.
that Bakarwadi mentioned is that if the payroll in US stops for H1B, the status is gone within 60 days. So 60 days is a grace period allowed, right? So I think that's the number it's coming from. So that way,
okay.
H4 status is also gone after 60 days if the salary stops for H1B. The second
Mm,
scenario is because I have heard it from a lot of people, what they try to do is they keep the H1B payroll here active with the minimum salary, and then they probably take another project in some other country, which probably like is for 6 months or maybe more than that, little more, somewhere around that, and then they want their family to still be in US, right?
yeah.
So salary is running in US also, but they will be drawing salary somewhere else. So in that case also, the thing is that as soon as the H1B is leaving the US, the H1B status is gone automatically.
Okay.
First
Got
thing.
it.
But I have not heard any case where USCIS or anybody creates an issue for up to 6 or 8 weeks, right? Because a lot
Mm,
of people who are in sales or on desi consulting companies like TCS, Infosys, they do regularly visit India or other countries for like 6, 8 weeks,
mm,
projects or something like that, and they then come back to US and then everything is fine. But
yeah.
if it is like I don't know the exact number, maybe an attorney can help with that situation. But I usually tell them that if it is more than 180 days, then
Mm,
situation changes with respect to the tax structure as well, because you are
okay.
Mm.
technically not a US resident at that point of time. So it will be difficult for you to prove if they send an RFE
And
that you
Mm,
have
also
moved
like
here, right?
also
So
is your spouse like moving out of US for AB1? Is that the
yeah.
primary motive?
That's
Okay, then
that's
yeah,
the
in that
most
primary
probably.
case, yeah, then
motive.
in this case, obviously he cannot be paid in the US. That's a primary.
Yes, right.
Okay, because the
Oh,
Because
person has to be outside of the US. He cannot
okay.
yeah,
be paid
because
in
I
the
see.
US.
yeah,
So you
so
have, so both of you have to leave.
it's a
So I think then
double-edged
it,
sword. So plan
yeah,
it correctly, because tomorrow when you have to file the EB1 paperwork, you have to prove that he was physically outside US for at least
got it.
365 days, and then
Okay.
you won't be
Yeah.
able to prove it, right?
Then I think I then will lean towards me keeping the H1B and staying on H1B, but then
Yeah.
there's
Mhm.
still that risk of I go to worst case scenarios. So the
Yeah, yeah.
No,
risk
no,
of
no. Keep
layoff,
stay positive. Stay positive. And personally,
there
and
is.
also another thing, if you have a kids, and if they're on H4, and if they're linked to your spouse H1, okay, then make it sure that you file their I-539 from
No, no,
extension of
I.
their visa. Like if you have a kids, so link there. If you don't have it, then there is no worry. But if you have a kids, then link their H4 to the
Okay.
person who's gonna stay in the US. If
Okay.
not, then
Yeah.
you
No, no.
ignore that suggestion.
That's not an issue, but the thing I'm worried about is if I lose my job, if there's a layoff or something, it's happening everywhere, right? So then I might have to leave the country with my kids. So I'm wondering if then a change of status or something can buy me the time until my spouse can come back and then I can go on
You
H4
can still
because
use a B1, B2 option in that case. You can still stay here, but that is
okay,
again a 180
and
days
not
rule.
work.
Yeah, I
Okay.
would not suggest you to go for the beyond extending like that is. But yeah, let's stay positive. If you are smart enough and skillful enough, even if you lose a job for say, it's not going to happen. But if it happens, I'm sure you will get something better option by the time also. So let's be
So
positive
then
on that.
for me, then I would have the 60-day grace period within which I should probably apply for a change of status to B1 or B1 B2 visa, correct?
Correct.
And then that will be a safe
That
option
will give
at
another
that time
180 days. Yeah.
I
for
think that
another
would be one
100.
of the safer options for you as well.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Al.
Yeah. But in that case, like as I said, that if your spouse is moving outside of it, then you can use his status because you know that he's moving to another location for multinational manager role.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah,
that's it. But yeah, good luck. Yeah, like if you're skillful enough,
thank you.
yeah, there is no issue. The layoffs not are happening everywhere. Layoffs are happening only to those places where they have excess manpower against that, the planned project which they don't want to pursue. There
Hmm.
are so many companies which they have the existing system to manage, and so there are layoffs are not happening yet.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah. Thanks for asking the question. It was interesting. So I think that's it for today. We will get together next Monday, same time, 8 p.m. Central Time. If you guys want to share your opinion or ask questions or just listen, do
I
join
just have
next
one
week.
final question.
Okay. But
What are your
we are
thoughts on
already
Trump banning the LGBTQ plus community?
sorry, this is not the topic for this discussion. Thank you
Well,
all for
I feel like you're discriminating me now because I'm gay as well, and you're telling me this is not the topic.
we were talking about immigration here, not the
But for you want
specific.
Trump fun?
Okay,
What an
thank you guys.
R word.
Okay, I removed that guy. He was just intentionally trying to spoil it.
Yeah, good one.
We get this one one guy in every week, right?
Yes.
Every week this happens. One guy comes and he tries to take it to some other direction. Right. Anyways, thank you guys for joining, and we will get together next week, same time, 8 p.m. Central. And if you guys have opinion or something to share or just listen, just do join. Thanks, Bakarwadi, for today's discussion. And thank you, Big Bull, and everyone who stayed with us till the
Yeah, for
last. Thank
Smriti, yeah, for Smriti, I would ask that, please check this pin tweet which I just posted here on this group. Just read that. I
Okay.
know you guys are planning it, but I don't know that if Trump sees it, I know sooner or later, I don't know, they might cut in that.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, guys. Have a good night. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.